Tossing it over right now to Chet and Gray is joining us back with the Bighorn Sheep Foundation. Fellas?
Well, that's right, Missy. Thanks very much. Just ahead of 6:20 now, Gray Thornton from the Wild Sheep Foundation joining us this morning. Bighorn sheep, native to Montana, native to the west. There's an issue with them, though. They don't get along well with some other animals. And you guys are working to try to see if we can get some isolated populations out there, as I understand it, in the Madison.
You bet, Chad. You know, if you look back, it's an iconic bighorn or big game species in North America. About the turn of the century, 1800s, not 1900s, we had about possibly 2 million bighorn sheep in North America. Those numbers dropped in the 60s and 70s to as low as 25,000. Now, we've done a good job of bringing them back. We've got about 85,000 bighorn sheep today in North America, but we can do a heck of a lot more, and that's what we're doing in the Madison Valley. That's what some researchers in Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks has been doing in Montana to try to bring this iconic species back to if not 1800s levels, at least a little few more.
Yeah, part of the problem is us. We kind of introduced some animals into the mix that don't always are not helpful to bighorn sheep, namely mountain goats, domestic sheep. They can spread diseases that the bighorn sheep population, as I understand it, don't fight off as well.
You bet. And the number one impediment to restoring bighorn sheep in North America is domestic sheep and goats. Domestic sheep and goats have a pathogen that is endemic to them that bighorn sheep, kind of like smallpox to the Native Americans when Europeans came, are naive to. Some bighorn sheep can live with it, but most have all-age die-offs and are gone. So we're working with domestic sheep producers to try to separate the two species. There's challenges with other wildlife, Rocky Mountain goats in the Teton National Park. We've got a goat population that is not indigenous, that is on the rise, and that is taking a very precarious bighorn population that is indigenous to the Tetons and putting it down.
Yeah, the work never ends. Here in southwest Montana, over in the Madison, I know you folks are going to be taking a little tour, going over and look at there. I do know Fish, Wildlife, and Parks in the past has done some work to relocate populations to try to get a little diversity. That's really what we're trying to do, is spread the population out, get them in some of those isolated areas, as I understand it.
You bet, and then also do just a general health survey of the bighorn sheep. We've been working with Dr. Bob Garrett, Montana State University. We're going to be seeing him today. He's doing some very significant research to give a baseline on the health of our bighorn sheep populations and then see where we can put healthy sheep into other areas that other healthy sheep can be in. So
yeah, I think it's important to note that we're not on the verge of losing our bighorn sheep population. The work we're doing is just to make sure that they can stay strong. As
not at all. I mean, we've got 5,000 to 6,000 bighorn sheep in Montana. It's a very strong, it's a stable population. The key is, though, to put them back into areas that they once historically were, and that's one of the efforts of the Montana Wild Sheep Foundation, one of the efforts of Wild Sheep Foundation, and we're going to be doing that there today.
That's fantastic. Gray Thornton joining us again from the Wild Sheep Foundation. Thanks for spending a little time with us this morning.
Appreciate it, Chet. Thank you.
Thanks for your effort on behalf of Montana's bighorn sheep.
You bet. Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Matt has a look at your forecast. Stick around.